Today is Saturday, October 24th. It's 7 days before I'll be running the Javelina 100 in Arizona, and I'm just getting together a lot of my gear for the race. And so I figured I'd just do a little intro video and talk to you a little bit about what I use gear-wise, and then talk about the race a little bit. So the race, it's a 5-loop race out in Arizona desert, and so I've never run it before. I've only run 200s so far, and both of them were Angeles Crest 100 races in 2018 and 2019. So this will be a totally different type of race. It's in the desert, so it's just rolling terrain, not too much vert. I think it's around 6,000 feet of vert in the race is from what I've studied, and just been listening to podcasts and reading up on it. And so it's going to be a different type of race. So the gear setup's going to be a little different for this one. With Angeles Crest, it's real hilly, 20,000 feet of climbing, 101.9 miles, I think. And in this race, like I said, it's desert, and so there's going to be a few different things I'll be doing for this race, but a pretty similar type of setup. So we'll start with the shoes, and these bad boys here, man. These Ultra Olympus 4s are the shoe I'm going with, and these shoes are just incredible. High, they got a lot of cushion, and this is just the best way to go. And they got a gator trap here and a little hook there on the front for these gators, and so that'll keep a lot of the rocks and sand from going in my shoes throughout the race. And that's something that most people have talked about, is how important the shoes and the gators are. And so sticking with the feet, I'm going with, I got a couple brand new pairs of exoskin socks here, and I've worn these in my hundreds, both my other hundreds, and last year I didn't even change shoes or socks one time, and my feet were fine after the run. And also with dealing with the feet here, we got this squirrel nut butter product here that's the Happy Toes. So it's a little lubricant I'll put on the toes before I put my socks on. I've been using this Born to Rub product here on my Achilles tendons. I've been having some problems, and it's called Born to Rub, and it's a natural pain reliever. So I've been rubbing that on my Achilles tendons because I've had them flared up for a little bit. So that kind of takes care of the feet. And then moving on up, got my Exoskin compression shorts. I've worn those in all my hundreds and haven't had any problems at all with them. I got a couple pairs of rabbit shorts to wear, and love those. They have some waist pockets that are real great, and a rear zipper pocket for the phone or other things that I might be carrying along with me. Got the Orange Med race shirt, the tech shirt, and this thing's just ventilated and super light, and there just isn't a better shirt out there. This is our team shirt with a group of guys I'm running with, so I'll probably start the race with this because it's going to be really cold in the morning on the first loop, and then switch over to this through the heat of the day. And then also moving into the heat of the day, I'll be switching over to this hat with the flaps, and so it covers up my neck and my ears. Keeps the sun off my face a lot better during that time. It's also, it's kind of stretchy, so you can put ice up in the hat, and kind of keeps the top of your head cool. This here is key. This neck bandana, you fill these up with ice and tie them around your neck, so the ice slowly melts and keeps you wet and cold. There's about 4 to 6 miles between aid stations in this race, so usually you can stay pretty wet. I'm not sure about the desert yet, if it's a drier heat, so it might melt the ice quicker and dry up my shirt faster, but hopefully be able to keep the ice and cold kind of going through the day. Aid station to aid station. These are great here. These are my arm sleeves. I've worn both these in my both hundreds, and you tuck the ice in the pockets. Real stretchy material, and a bunch of my friends have bought these as well. These things are lifesavers. So your arms have ice, your neck has ice on it, keeps you totally wet. We have to, here's the buff. Everybody's got to have a buff around their neck or some type of face covering right now to be able to race. So whenever you're close to people or in the headquarters area, the aid stations, you'll pull your buff up over, and we're all familiar with what's going on with that. This year I got my Coros Vertex watch, and this is great. My first 100 I ran with a Garmin 5X, and it died at mile 82, I think. Forgot to charge it at mile 75 during a break, and anyway, it died. And this one I ran with in 2019, and I had about 60% battery life left in it. It's about a 60 plus hour battery on full GPS, so it's an amazing watch. So I'll be running with that. During the heat of the day, I'll be using these handheld, and I just keep cold water in it, and that way I won't be drinking with it, just pouring it on my head, as we run through the desert, just to keep cool. So a lot of those things are needed. This is kind of the difference of this race being a desert race, and it's not going to be as hot as Angeles Crest, but it still is going to be. It's a dry kind of heat, so the high is supposed to be 85 to 88 ish, and my friends say it's just a lot hotter than that. So we'll talk about the night gear really quick. So this is the waist light from Ultraspire. It's 800 lumens around my waist, and then I got my Phoenix headlights. I have about 3 of these, and these things just work awesome. And these are I think these are 900 and some lumens, so they look like a freight train coming in the night. You can see it hardly looks like it's dark out. Here's the pack I'll be running with, and I ran both my 100s with this, the Orange Mud VP2 2-bottle pack. I'll have fluid electrolyte mix in here, and then water in this bottle. And you can see I got all the fluid electrolyte mix bagged up with my protein mix. So that's all good. I usually take the protein mix about every 25 miles, and it's like a chocolate shake, so it tastes really good. So that's kind of my gear. Got a little bag for storage on the back, two big pockets in the front, plus on the shoulders got these stretchy pockets for gels and things like that. I got a long sleeve shirt, which I'm gonna have to do 2, because we have 2 locations where we can get clothing, and I'm not sure when it's gonna get cold. So basically I have to set up 2 night kits. So I got my rabbit gloves, long sleeve shirt here, arm warmers for the night. I'm gonna be having each one will have a light jacket. I'm not sure if I'll need this or not, but better be safe than sorry. And I got a couple of exoskin undershirts, and these things are awesome. They're sleeveless, but they really keep you nice and warm. They're kind of, their skin fit. They're not loose at all, so it really keeps you. Keep this with your core, kind of keep it warm, and then the gloves are a huge help. So anyway, gear wise, I think that's about all I got going for gear. And then as far as the rest of the race goes, the rest of the race plan. Again, this is a different type of 100, so everybody's warning me not to go out fast, and so that's what most mistakes do. It's cool in the morning. You got the first loop, I think, is like 22 miles, and most guys, the guys I'm running with, are talking about doing it in around 4 hours. But it's really important to pace yourself well from the start, because you can really go out fast feeling good. It's cold, the heat's coming, and then you get to the middle to end of lap 2, and the heat's there, and you're suffering because you went out way too fast. So the plan is to go out slow and do a good hike run from the start, and then see where it takes us. I really don't have a goal time. It'd be nice this is a lot, quote, easier race than Angeles Crest. But there's a almost 50% drop rate on this race, so the desert heat can really get to you. So it'll be important to be smart and ice up and take care of my feet and do the normal things that we do when we're out on long runs. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm still not sure if I'm filming it or not. I'm bringing my GoPro with me, but I figure if I film it, it's going to cost me about an hour a time, I think, just from the time it takes to change batteries and all the things that go on with dragging a GoPro around. So we'll see how it goes. If I possibly will film it. If not, I'll do some type of wrap-up video and explain where I went wrong and what I would do differently, and all that type of stuff that happens quite often after you run a race. There's always a lot of things you would do differently. So I've listened to a lot of things and talked to a lot of friends, and done as much homework as I can to have a good game plan. But that'll probably go out the window somewhere around 40 to 50, and then that's when the suffering usually starts, and then we'll just get it to the house and troubleshoot from there. So we'll see what happens. God willing. I don't know what my capabilities are in a race like this. I've had friends say I could do sub 20, and my fastest 100 so far is obviously Angeles Crest. It was 28:10, I believe. So I'm just looking to have a not such a difficult 100 to run and just enjoy it with friends, and it'll be great to race again. It's been since February since I raced an official race. Actually, March I ran LA Marathon, but once COVID hit, it pretty much stopped everything. So it'll be great to be with friends again and the ultra running community, and so we'll see how it goes. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully, if any of my buddies or any of you see the video, and it's going to be out a week before Javelina. If I'm doing something wrong or forgetting something, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me a message, and it'll be great to hear from you. So anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.